boop, 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 boop. So welcome back, everybody. This is our yearly video where we do our top 10 movies of the year. And this year's a little bit special because, you know, it was a good year for movies. All right, Kevin. So yeah, I'm gonna ask. I guess we'll just start with Brian. I think that it's I think you saw a lot of good movies. So Brian.
Alec, are you talking to yourself? Is that my jacket?
That's my jacket for sure. Which one of those dummies is supposed to be me? Oh, Keegan, you didn't get a dummy.
Oh my god. Have you been shitting in the corner?
Oh god.
Well, we gotta record the video, dude. Just get the shit out of here.
Yeah, I think it's like we walked in on something very dark and very adult for sure.
Yeah, this is really depressing.
Wait, where's Kevin? Is he
even spooky this whole time?
That was real?
Kevin.
We gotta switch him back.
Yeah, we gotta switch him back.
You can't just
It's April! Alec, it's April and you've kept him spooky.
What are you doing?
Kevin! You've been spooky for a while.
You should call anybody that cares about
how many days have I been spooky?
like 6 months. Like when was October?
Yeah, when was October?
No.
It's April 2021. Kevin, I have some really bad news for you. You're gonna be very upset by this. Donald Trump's not our president anymore. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Keegan. Get over here, Kevin. Keegan. Welcome, everybody. Oh my God, how did I end up like this?
Just put that.
But it's our best video of the year. I mean, it's like,
Well, sometimes it is.
so far, you've explained it. I've explained it every single time. Kevin's explained it. Sam Slade's explained it. Keegan, you get to explain it.
So Keegan, explain the premise of this video today.
So Uncle Mikki, our wonderful benefactor, gave us a list of and father gave us a list of his
He's also
10,
our uncle.
Yes.
10 favorite movies he had for this year. And so we're just gonna go through the list of his 10 favorite movies.
Yes, it is.
For 2020.
It is our top 10 list. Each one of us, we're gonna go down the line, revealing what the slot is, and once we reach 2, we split up into teams, play a game of heads or tails to the death, and then for the number 1 slot, we split up again, and then play again. It's very
but
simple.
in the end, only one person reveals number
Yes.
one.
Yeah,
and that's the key.
We all fight to see who gets to say number one.
A team
first.
reveals number 2.
It's all
Keegan's
the honor to
tiebreaker.
get to say what Uncle Mickey's
Yeah,
number is.
because one very important factor of this video is we all agree with whatever we say
Yes.
and its placement.
And we all know what each other are gonna say.
We're not competing.
Brian, last year I got to start off with number 12.
Yeah, I get to do number 12 for Uncle Mickey's top 10 movies of 2020. I should preface this by saying, as we all know, 2020 was a very strange year for movies.
Yeah.
It was
Very good year.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Still a good year.
Well, I would disagree. Starting off this list, it's a movie that is good, but in a better year or in a different year, it probably wouldn't have made the top 10.
Yeah.
The number 12 slot for Uncle Mickey's 12th favorite movie of 2020 is Ghost of Tsushima.
Ah, good movie.
Solid movie,
Yeah.
solid open world movie. What it really has going for it, like a lot of movies kind of last year, was it kind of banked a lot on its style. Obviously, it's a good movie because it's influenced by Akira Kurosawa. There's
makes it
actually an
good.
Akira Kurosawa function in the movie.
Oh, cool.
To make it look more like an Akira Kurosawa.
More movies should do that. I think that's a cool thing.
I
to
agree.
Be
I
able to
think that's
change the graphic settings.
But-
Sam Slade, what's our number 11 slot for Uncle Mickey's favorite movies?
It's a great year. Obviously, it's great.
It's a great year.
Nothing affected cinema in a negative way that would
No.
make me pick movies that wouldn't normally be on a top 10.
Yeah.
Possessor.
We all saw that.
Possessor.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very gory.
Well, Brian, you
remember
obviously
that
tell me
movie.
what you liked about Possessor because
So my favorite thing about Possessor is it's long.
It isn't. That's why.
flies by,
It just
flies by.
It's not great, honestly. It's not.
Well, dude, it's number 11. It's number 11.
It's
number 11.
pretty good though. It's actually very memorable.
It's got
David-
some sick effects.
David
Sick
Cronenberg,
effects.
he's back.
There's some very interesting
Yeah.
visual storytelling in it. There should have been more storytelling in it.
The color palette. The color palette.
He's back. I
He's
already
under a
know.
new name. His name's like, what's his name now?
Yeah, he changed his name to Brandon.
Our number 10 slot, very honorable. This is where the list gets real. Uncle Mickey's
This
number
is- this is
10.
where
Well,
it starts.
Uncle Mickey saw this movie in the early part of 2020, and he liked it because it was a solid movie. This was the movie called Underwater. with Kristen Stewart. And
Underwater. I liked that it was underwater.
My favorite part was they didn't waste your time with the buildup of characters at the beginning, where there's like, oh, here's all the characters.
That's a positive thing to do.
That's a great thing to do.
Instead, they're
Set
like,
up your characters.
instead they're like, oh, who's gonna die in the underwater explosion? They just start off with the underwater explosion, then you are introduced to the survivors.
Yeah, you know it's a good movie. Where it's like, who's gonna die, and you go, who cares? They're all the same. let's just get the ball rolling.
And you see a lot of Kristen Stewart, which is hot because Kristen Stewart
I
is
completely
super sexy.
agree with Keegan. This was a great movie.
It got some cool Cthulhu monsters at the end that just kind of like show up. Cool monster.
Oh, you did see it.
So number 9, like in terms of objectively perfect movie though.
That's why it's number 9.
That's why it's number 9. Because Uncle Mickey's a bit of a hipster that way.
Definitely. Number school.
Yeah, like this movie has like no flaws. It has great characters, great writing, great effects, great like everything, and it was Tenet.
Tenet was sweet.
Tenet,
Great,
you know what?
Great effects. Great. Yeah, everything kept.
Great
Did you see-
characters.
So I'm gonna wax
Lay
poetic
it on
about
me,
Tenet
dude.
real
Lay it
fast
on
here.
me.
First of all,
He loved Tenet.
Christopher Nolan, visionary.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's primary focus when he's making a movie is to make an easy to consume, easy to understand,
Visually
visually
spectacular.
spectacular movie where you sit down, you watch it, and then
Yes.
you walk out of the theater and you say, "This is what happened, beginning, middle, and end." I don't gotta
Very
see it again.
clear.
I don't have to
Very
see it again.
clear.
I want to, but I don't have to.
And you just understand everything.
He's just like Spielberg in that way.
Yeah,
he makes
where it's just easy to
consume
digest.
films.
Yeah.
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 I don't know what happened in Tenet.
Actual thoughts on Tenet, I thought it was pretty badass. Like some
I
of
think
the
Tenet is badass.
so it just keeps upping the ante. It's like, all right, in our Dark Knight Rises, we're gonna have a whole city fighting each other. We're gonna do that for real on set.
Something people would
Dunkirk,
say.
we're gonna get real World War II airplanes and fly them. I'm gonna strap an IMAX camera to it, and I'm gonna sink a real ship. And then this one, he was like, I'm gonna get a real plane and crash it into a real building. It's gonna fucking
Real
explode.
people.
It's gonna be sweet.
Real gold will spill out.
Real
Yeah.
people will die.
He's not the best storyteller in the world, especially with his recent stuff, but he is doing something that no other director in the world is even attempting to do, which is just these balls to the walls, actually impressive visual set pieces. He doesn't use CG in a way that's like, oh wow, they just did that with CG.
You hardly notice it.
Yeah, you're watching that, and I'm watching. I'm like genuinely trying to figure out how they did it. So the movie that is going to be our number 8 slot, Uncle Mickey's 8 slot, is The Trial of the Chicago 7.
You should have taken the 7th spot.
If it was a regular year, it would already have left my brain, and I would not have ever thought about it ever again after seeing it. But this year, it was one of the best movies I saw.
Oh yeah.
Very entertaining script.
Very entertaining script.
Usually with true stories like that, they this movie does take a side, but they're like, this is the side, and I'm going to
Yes.
ignore anything else.
Yes.
Or that movie's like, this is the side that I'm rooting for, but there's some weird stuff here. and
There's
this-
some other stuff
there's
going
some
on,
really,
yeah.
they're pretty
Interesting-
crappy here and whatnot, and
So-
it's like, it
so-
makes it more real.
Some really well edited together sequences. Like I really like how they just throw in real footage of like the actual thing. Like it's just frames
Like,
of
yeah,
it,
like, intermittently
just like
while it's happening, yeah.
shoved in.
I think Aaron Sorkin kind of pulling back on how he writes characters. He's always so self-indulgent most times. It's
Yeah.
not that he's a bad writer. He's obviously a really good writer. He's written things that I really, really enjoy, but almost everything he writes, every character is the same.
Yeah.
Every character is exactly
Very
the same.
smart,
In this
very smart,
movie,
fast talking.
he made it a little less self-indulgent.
Something I like that Aaron Sorkin did with this movie is that he invented 2 new accents for the movie. One that Sacha Baron Cohen had, completely new accent. I've never seen it before.
New
on
accent
film.
dropped this year.
Yeah, like it's
Like a
between
voice pack?
English and like East Coast. It's like
Yeah.
a weird mix. Eddie Redmayne had a new accent, which was like always changing throughout the movie. Like he'd have a deep voice, but then he'd have a high voice.
I saw an interview with Eddie Redmayne. He actually talks about that. He says that he's a really bad actor, and that just happens.
So Brian, what is our number 7 spot? This is a very prestigious spot.
Oh, you had 7.
I just did
He did
8.
Chicago 7. You
What's interesting in the film industry, something
Yeah.
that's a very, very hot topic, is the remake.
Yes.
People always talking about them. Are they good? Are they bad? Should a remake be a reattempt of a good idea executed poorly the first time? I think that a really solid remake can be, one of the best movies of the year. And in this case, this year, a remake was one of the best movies of the year. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. what's interesting is this is an example of a remake that is just an updated version of the original.
Kind of put a new coat of paint on it.
Put a new coat of paint on it, and
Yeah.
you know the old ones have aged pretty poorly.
And this year was kind of like, we had a few remakes of classic movies, like Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah, we had that on there.
Invisible Man.
Of course, Invisible
Yeah.
Man.
Remake of
Remake of Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
The most important thing in 2020, which was such a difficult year for so many people, it was just like, hey guys, let's have fun. We're all stuck at home. Let's have some fun. And when you sit down and you play it, you just forget.
You sit down and you watch it.
It's what movies are
when
all
you sit
about.
down and you play this movie.
And that's what movies are all about, is sitting down with your bro, both of you playing them together, co-op.
Play co-op. Oh yeah, the co-op in this game is a lot of fun.
In this movie.
I know people are gonna be upset that I put a remake in this list. I don't give a fuck what any of you think.
The Thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So with what we were talking about, how actors are better when they take their shirts off.
We did mention that.
Nomadland has that exact thing. Full frontal nudity of
Frances
McDormand. I'm not even joking, and it makes the movie badass. She's homeless the whole time, and you see her titties and everything. She also poops in a bucket.
You see it.
This movie sounds awesome. I didn't.
It sounds badass. I'm so happy I watched it.
Me too. Hey Brian, do you want to re-watch that movie at some point?
Of course, dude. I would love to see it for the first
For
time
the first time ever.
Acting is always better if you take your clothes off.
Yes.
Always. So Frances
Always.
McDormand
Less things weighing you down.
making, yeah, less things. She's faster. She's a faster actor that way.
Yeah, she's.
As filmmakers, and Brian, you can agree with this, I always feel like a coward when we don't film a scene with you completely naked. Like, if you're acting in a scene, like, in canon, it should be completely naked.
I've ruined a lot of takes taking my pants off in the middle.
Kevin has cried because we haven't let him do it. He's like, just let me do it for this scene.
Yeah.
And we're like, Kevin, that just
And
won't work.
he's telling
You think
us
I'm a bad actor? I'm being held back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nomadland's sweet. It's
Go shit in a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch her poop in a bucket, and
10 out of 10 shits in a bucket.
you know it's very emotional when you watch her poop in a bucket.
It was.
I think you said everything there is to say.
Yeah, that's
about
all
that
there is.
movie.
That's
Keegan.
anything that anybody will say about it.
What is the number 5 slot?
The number 5 slot is a movie we all watched.
We did all watch
this. It was It was a very short film, which made it nice because it was only 40 minutes. It was the movie Zoom, the horror movie that we all watched, which takes place over a Zoom call.
I don't think that movie was called Zoom.
It's called Host.
Oh, it's called Host?
That's it. That's it.
Oh my god.
That's the perfect way to end it.
Zoom. Okay, so
Number 4?
number four.
Number four.
Yeah.
We're in the top 4 now.
Wow.
So the
Wow. These are big movies.
Chills.
This list has been filth. This is the worst list I've ever heard in my life.
This is the worst year of all time.
Yeah, it goes this list, Schindler's.
This was badass.
yeah, it's the people or whatever. I'm glad I got number 4 because when you start getting into like the top 5 territory, it's not just about like the top 5 of the list. It's about like movies that are infinitely better than everyone that came before.
Wipe the floor with
Like
these
just
others.
wipe the
Mopping
floor.
them up.
Like Host wasn't even a full-length movie, and Nomadland, she shits in a bucket for like an hour, and like Tenet's lame.
Tenet's
it's
fucking bullshit.
Like Trial of the Chicago
More
7.
guns. I need more guns.
I need more guns.
And you know what? Trial of the Chicago 7 is too many guns. So I'm glad that I get this hierarchy of spot.
Preach it.
And so for me, number 4 is Tenet.
Kevin, what'd you like about Tenet?
Well, I thought it was really cool, like when shit went backwards and it didn't make sense.
It's a movie that really managed to make me care about every single character.
Which, when you are competing against Tony Hawk, that's a really hard.
That's crazy.
Multi-dimensional characters in Tony Hawk.
This is a movie this year, like The Lighthouse or like Parasite, where I think it really had a lot to say. And that's what I value the most in a movie. And that was Uncle Peckerhead. It was a movie that I just felt, you know,
Man
from
has a
the
dick for a
second.
head in that one?
No. So Uncle Peckerhead, it's a really solid horror comedy. I love The Evil Dead. It is very much just like that kind of movie, very gory, just jokes a second, got some really likable characters.
It is actually a blast.
It does not waste your time at all. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes or something.
Something like that.
It's super short, and it's just like, it knows its bit, it does it, and then it gets out.
That's way shorter than fucking Tenet.
So,
In fact,
now,
I did.
ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all unsubscribed for, it is Uncle Mickey's number 2 slot.
And number 1 slot coming right after.
Coming right
we're
after
doing.
that. I feel like I never lose with Tails. If you guys are too afraid of that and you want to choose Tails, you can do that.
Cool. We'll choose tails. Yeah, we'll choose tails.
Damn it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're on tails, you're on heads. We got tails.
Damn it.
Whenever you make a top 10 list, it's always difficult the higher you get. And it was a really difficult decision, but number 2 is The Last of Us Part 2. And this is a really controversial decision, you know, but the thing is, Uncle Mickey has good taste. And
Yes.
everyone who disagrees with him can go eat his ass.
Yeah, that is true.
And unlike Tenet, because Tenet had all these positive qualities to it, but The Last of Us 2, it's all characters. It's not just events that's happening, it's not just shit going backwards. And they take these characters in a brand new, bold direction.
And it's not afraid to make crazy decisions that the audience might not agree with.
because it's an interactive movie,
The movie forces you to do
the movie
those
forces
things.
you to do things
That you
that
as
you
the
normally wouldn't
like.
pick because the characters are doing it. You know, I'm not going to say anything that hasn't been said a million times, you know, from people who did enjoy this movie. It is a masterpiece. I loved it from start to finish.
The Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 2, very good, but it is a fucking pile of dog shit compared to our number 1 slot.
Of course.
Because that's how
Yeah.
this list works. Keegan,
That's how it works.
would you do the honors of the first coin toss for our number 1?
Tails.
Well, you guys lost. You're losers, so you guys
pick-
get to go
I
next.
want heads because it won last time. I'm a winner.
No, Tails
Tails
was
won.
last time.
Oh, I want heads anyway.
Tails.
Heads always loses.
Which one do you want, dude?
I want Tails because it seems like it's
We win
stuck
no
on
matter
Tails.
what. We win no matter what. Then take tails, dude. I'll take heads.
Tails, heads.
It's definitely gonna be Brian.
Tails.
Tails.
Tails always wins.
Oh. Speaking of tails.
We don't know what's coming next.
One.
God.
And it was Sonic all the time. The fastest movie of this year.
Yeah, Meow.
Strong
Meow.
female characters.
Strong female
It's got the
characters.
black lady. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the It's got Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
It has the song. The
Here's what happens
song.
in the movie. Sonic runs really fast, and then he solves his problems that way, and that's all I want.
If there's one thing that really dominated the year of 2020, we've been talking about it all night. It is speed. You act
Yes,
faster when you
yes.
don't have clothes. Sonic never wears clothes except for his shoes, which actually make him run faster.
Yeah, the shoes are making him run really fast.
Yeah, dude.
And on top of his already extremely fast speed.
Return the form from comedic actor, the guy who played Cyclops. He is wonderful in this movie.
Yes.
He's hilarious.
Oh, he's back.
It is crazy that 2020 was the year where video game movies dominated.
Yeah.
The Uncle Mickey's top 2. Uncle Mickey said, have you ever seen a video game? They're awesome. Have you seen this? They've been making these shits for like
That's
50
actually
years. You've never played one before.
He never played one. And
until
yeah,
this
so
year.
I want that on my top 10
Yeah.
movies. And we're like, Uncle Mickey, it's not a movie. It's a movie if I say so.
Uncle Mickey
What
played-
else would it be?
What else would it be? Have you seen the Sonic guy? He's fucking fast.
Why couldn't the Godfather just solve his problems by running fast? That would have been a
If he
better
ran faster, he would never would have got shot.
You never got shot.
Never would have got shot.
See if
He
that guy
outran that heart attack at the end.
See if that.
Watch, Knuckles is gonna fucking die in the next movie because he's too slow.
So yeah, only the best in Uncle Mickey's top 10.
Only the best.
I like, I love memes and I love Fortnite,
Where's
that's
this
me. I like Sonic flosses twice in the movie, which
is true.
pretty sweet, gotta
That was
say.
done for dramatic effect.
What I love in a movie is when you set up for sequels.
Me too. I like this movie and I want to see more of it.
What's better than an orgasm?
2 orgasms.
Being told you're gonna have a second one later. All right, great list, guys.
Yeah. This list sucked.
Yeah, if you
Fuck this
if you
year.
disagree with us, comment below. Whatever.
Yeah, throw a comment in there.
Got you.
If you
Oh, you guys forgot about Mank! Why didn't you say Mank? Oh no!
also Mank is on like nobody's list, dude. Like it's a movie that like everybody liked when it came out, and then nobody put it on their list.
Lazarus Part 2 is bad because there's a woman with muscles in it and there's a trans boy! I would have liked this movie, but Brian said he said that he preferred Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and I wish he had said Animal Crossing. I thought that was a better movie, but I wish he had said that instead. Actually.
I thought Sound of Metal was a better movie than Tony Hawk.
And also he's ugly and fat like Mike Stacklasa.
It's funny you said Cyclops guy should have been nominated for an award. It should have been Jim Carrey, best supporting actor. He's
You'll
back.
get one, too.
He's already nominated. Check it right now. He's nominated.
Who is?
Jim Carrey, dude. For Sonic the Hedgehog, he's nominated for best supporting actor this year.
Is he?
No.
Oh,
You checked.
It's almost like your shirt was off. You're so convincing.
I was like, yeah.
All right, that's it. Tune in next year where none of our choices are movies, and they're all just videos of birds sitting on it.
Bringing it back.
Which is coming, by the way.
Well, that is coming.
Be patient, all right? Stop counting us.
Guys,
Oh my God, guys!
It's a
stop saying-
4-hour video of a bird sitting on an egg. It's gonna be a long time. We have to prepare to engage with that. You know,
We
a
have
lot
to
of
edit it to be 6 hours.
that's the Snyder cut of the bird sitting on the egg video.
Yeah.
This was a bad video. All right, next video.